What if everything you've been calling a problem was never truly yours to begin with? Have you ever felt stuck in situations that make no sense? Difficult relationships, financial struggles, irrational fears, as if your life is caught in an invisible loop, always pulling you back to the same place. What if I told you those experiences aren't entirely yours? What if the feelings you're carrying are echoes of memories that didn't even begin with you? Memories passed down from your parents, from your grandparents, from your ancestral lineage and the culture you grew up in. Information that was embedded in your subconscious before you were even aware of yourself. No matter how hard you try, if these old memories keep replaying inside you, they will sabotage you, silently and without warning. You can meditate, pray, work hard, seek guidance, but if what's inside isn't cleaned, you'll keep living out patterns that were never truly yours. The good news, you can be free from this. And it begins with awareness, with intention, with Ho'oponopono. You were born whole, pure, a being of light, naturally open to love, trust, and the abundance of life. But that openness didn't last long. Even before you could speak, before you even knew who you were, your subconscious was already being programmed by gestures, by facial expressions, by silences, by the unspoken emotions of your mother, by the explosive or distant reactions of your father, by the fear that lingered in your home, by the absences you couldn't explain. All of it was recorded. Your subconscious is like a silent recorder. It doesn't judge, it doesn't filter, it simply absorbs. And what it absorbs, you eventually live out. Yes, you may have grown up, built a life, taken on responsibilities, but deep within you, there are still parts frozen in time, parts that believe they must work hard to earn love, parts that are terrified of making mistakes because mistakes were punished, parts that believe love must hurt because that's how love was modeled to them. And these frozen parts, though unconscious, are still shaping your reality today. Because your conscious mind, the part that dreams, thinks, and chooses, governs only about 5% of your life. The other 95% is run by automatic programs you never chose, yet they are running the show. And many of these programs aren't even yours. They belong to your parents, to your grandparents, to your ancestors. They're memories filled with fear, shame, scarcity, guilt, and rejection, passed down without words. And now, they're in you, playing out in your relationships, in your financial life, in your health, in the way you speak to yourself. Have you noticed it? Have you seen how you self-sabotage, how you resist receiving, how you feel guilty for wanting more? You may think that's just normal, but it's not. It's just a memory repeating itself. Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." And that's exactly what happens. You call it destiny. But in truth, it's just an old memory running its script again. It doesn't have to be this way. You don't have to live a life written by someone else's pain. You can step out of this cycle. You can stop repeating the trauma that began before you were even born. And the key is cleansing, releasing, reprogramming what's running beneath the surface, but not through force, not through control, not by trying to fix everything. Real cleansing happens through surrender, when you meet what you feel without resistance, when you allow a higher intelligence, the divine, to transmute what needs healing. And this is where Ho'oponopono enters. This ancient Hawaiian practice is not a mindset technique. It's not a method of self-help. It's a spiritual technology for soul purification, a path that brings you back to your true self. Ho'oponopono teaches us that everything we perceive outside is a reflection of what exists within. There are no victims, no enemies, only memories seeking healing. And when you take responsibility for cleansing, even if you don't know exactly what you're cleansing, something miraculous begins to shift. Not because you forced it, but because you released what was holding you without your knowing. You start living your life, not a life driven by ancestral programming. You begin choosing with awareness, not from fear. You begin feeling peace where once there was pain, and you start manifesting new possibilities where before there was only repetition. And all of this simply because you turned inward and chose to cleanse. Everything you feel today, the fear of not being good enough, the guilt for wanting joy, the shame of receiving, the anxiety that appears without cause, it didn't start with you. It began before. long before. It began when your mother, still pregnant with you, was overwhelmed by fear, sadness, or abandonment. Even without words, you were already absorbing her emotions. Your body was learning the world through her nervous system. It also began centuries ago, in the silences your grandparents carried, in the unresolved trauma of your lineage, in wars, losses, abuse, things that were never spoken, but deeply felt. You carry, in your DNA, the unhealed pain of generations past. This isn't just spirituality, it's science. Epigenetics has proven that traumatic experiences can leave molecular imprints on our genes, passed down for generations. That unexplained anxiety you feel may be an echo of ancestral terror. Your financial struggles might be the legacy of a long history of poverty. Your self-sabotage in love could mirror a family pattern where love was always tied to pain, and all of it was passed down to you without a word. Not as punishment, not as fate, but as an invitation. An invitation to become the point of transformation in your lineage. You are the link, the healing portal. But for that to happen, you need to recognize who still lives inside you. Yes, within you lives someone who longs to be heard, someone frozen in time, someone you may have forgotten but who never stopped feeling. Your inner child, the child you once were, the one who didn't understand why a parent left, the one who couldn't make sense of emotional coldness, the one who thought they had to earn love through perfection, the one who believed they had to be good to be accepted. That child is still alive, not metaphorically, psychologically, a living part of your psyche. And every time you feel rejected, criticized, or pressured, that child is the one reacting. They don't need judgment. They don't need fixing. They need tenderness. They need presence. They need your love. Because until this child is seen, they will keep crying out through your body, your illnesses, your emotional breakdowns, and your repeated relational struggles. And as long as ancestral memories remain active in your field, you will keep carrying burdens that never belonged to you. But there is a way out. There is healing. And it begins the moment you recognize, when you stop avoiding what you feel and begin to listen. Listen to your body. It holds silent records of every moment your heart couldn't process. Listen to your reactions. They reveal the wounds still asking for your attention. Listen to your heart. It remembers the way back home. And at the same time, you can learn to speak to your inner child. You can gently say, "I'm sorry for everything you went through that you couldn't understand. Please forgive me for ignoring your pain. Thank you for surviving it all. I love you. And now I'm here to care for you." These words may seem simple, but they are alive. They are the sacred phrases of Ho'oponopono, and they carry the power to turn deep-rooted pain into peace. Not because they change the past, but because they cleanse the memory that keeps repeating the past. Every time you say them, you're honoring your ancestors, you're embracing your inner child, you're releasing the burdens that were never yours, and you begin living something new, a new cycle, a new energy, a new frequency, rooted in intention, awakened by awareness, and sustained by the understanding that you are never alone. You are supported, you are remembering, you are returning to who you were all along beneath the pain, a free being. You don't have to understand every piece of your story to begin healing. You don't have to revisit every trauma or decode every pattern. The foundation of Ho'oponopono is liberating. You are not the problem, you are just carrying memories. And if they are memories, they can be released. That is the heart of this Hawaiian wisdom, a sacred practice brought into the modern world by mORNAH sIMEONA and deepened by Dr. Hew Len. But what does this really mean? It means that your outer world, the people you meet, the challenges you face, the stories you keep repeating, is all being created from within you. You're not trapped in the world. You're trapped in the perception shaped by unresolved memories. And when you use Ho'oponopono, you are asking the divine to cleanse those memories without needing to understand them, without needing to relive them, without needing to fix them. Your only role is to take responsibility. That is the key. Dr. Hew Len used to say, "I am 100% responsible for everything that shows up in my reality, not because I'm to blame, but because I am part of the creation." Taking responsibility is not about guilt. It's about empowerment. It means that if something has shown up for you, even if it's painful, it's because a memory is surfacing. And if it's surfacing, it's ready to be released. And the cleansing happens through 4 sacred phrases. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. 4 simple lines, carrying the vibration of release. You can whisper them, while walking, while driving, while breathing, while remembering a painful moment, while connecting with your inner child, or simply while feeling. You don't have to know what you're cleansing. Your subconscious knows. The divine knows. You don't have to control. You just have to allow. When you say these words, you're acknowledging there's a memory at work, I'm sorry, asking for its release, please forgive me, expressing gratitude for the healing, thank you, handing everything over to love, I love you. This isn't logical. It's vibrational, it's spiritual, and its power lies in your presence and your repetition. Ho'oponopono is not about fixing your life. It's about cleansing the part of you that believes you must control everything. Because behind every exhausting effort, there's fear. There's an ancient voice saying, you have to earn it. You have to struggle. You're not enough. And as long as those voices are running, you'll keep experiencing scarcity, conflict, and resistance. But when you cleanse, reality shifts, not because the world changed, but because the vibration inside you was reset. Your relationships begin to flow. Opportunities begin to appear. Peace settles in. Clarity returns. Your body breathes differently. Everything realigns. But a word of truth. Ho'oponopono is not a magical formula for instant change. It is not about quick fixes or spiritual bypassing. It is a path of responsibility and surrender. A sacred commitment to your own soul, to your light, to the truth of who you are. Some memories are ancient. Some patterns have been fed for generations. That's why change is sometimes subtle. But make no mistake, it is powerful. You don't have to feel something dramatic. You just have to keep cleansing, day after day, phrase after phrase, because the cleansing goes beyond your mind. It reaches where no words can go. It touches what no logic can explain. It melts away the hidden roots of pain. And the more you cleanse, the more you remember who you truly are. You are not your past. You are not the trauma. You are not the conditioning. You are a soul. You are presence. You are a channel for the love that heals. And when you cleanse, you are not only healing yourself, you are healing your bloodline. You are releasing your ancestors. You are clearing the path for those who will come after you. You are saying, enough. This pain ends with me. This memory won't be passed on. Freedom begins here. Are you ready? Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose and slowly let it out through your mouth. There is no rush. There's nothing to figure out right now. Just be here. If something stirred within you during this moment, if something touched a hidden place in your heart, that is a sign. Something is ready to be healed. Now is the moment of surrender. Imagine that within you there is a gentle light, soft yet powerful. This light begins to expand, touching every memory, every part of you that feels stuck, forgotten, or wounded. Now let us cleanse, together. I'm sorry for every memory currently active within me. For every burden my soul has carried that no longer serves, for all the times I unknowingly repeated the very pain I once received, please forgive me. For feeding the pain unknowingly, for silencing my inner child, for judging others, the world, and myself, for trying to control what was never mine to control. Thank you for this moment, for this awakening, for the part of me that said yes to healing. Even the hardest lessons brought me here, and for that, I am grateful. I love you. I love myself, even when I don't know how. I love the parts of me still afraid. I love the breath of life, even when I can't understand it. I love the divine, even when I can't always feel it. Keep breathing. Let these words enter places nothing else could reach. They are not just sentences. They are frequencies. They are keys. They are sacred codes. They don't require understanding, only willingness. If an emotion arises, welcome it. If your body responds, let it. If silence comes, trust it. Healing happens in stillness. Cleansing doesn't need to be seen, but it is real. You may feel a gentle relief, or a tear may fall, or maybe a quiet sense of peace, as if something within has finally shifted. That is how you know. A memory was touched. And when a memory is touched with love, it begins to dissolve. You are no longer trapped in what you've lived. You are no longer imprisoned by the past. You are becoming free. And freedom doesn't mean everything around you will change overnight. It means that inside you, you are no longer the same. And when you shift from within, the world outside begins to respond. That difficult person begins to act differently. The scarcity starts giving way to new possibilities. The anxiety softens into trust. The fear begins to fade, not because you forced it, but because you cleansed it. You allowed the divine within you to rearrange what was once chaotic. You invited it to reorganize your energy, to bring back something that was always yours, peace. Before we close, gently place your hand over your heart and say these words with presence. Today, I choose to cleanse. Today, I choose to live free. Today, I choose to return home, within myself. And whenever you need, return to this moment, return to this space, return to the cleansing. You can revisit this prayer as often as you like. You can repeat the sacred phrases while walking, while working, while breathing. You can reconnect with your true essence anytime, because the love that cleanses has never left. It has always been waiting for you to say, yes, I am ready. And now, you are. May the peace of I be with you. May the memory be released. May love surround you. And may your soul finally breathe. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you.